With no Lee Keegan available, Mayo manager Stephen Rochford makes 3 changes to the team that faced Cork last weekend. Michael Hall from Bravery starts in midfield with Tom Parsons, while Aidan O'Shea and Mikey Sweeney are drafted into the attack. It's a strong Dublin team from goalkeeper Stephen Cluxton to Paul Mannion at 15, who played very well against Kerry in the first round. There are 2 late changes. Billy McMahon replaces Davy Byrne at wing-back, and Imadou Kanila comes into the midfield area to join Dennis Bastick. Ball down the middle, no free given, says the referee. Coming through was big Aidan O'Shea. There's the challenge by Philly McMahon, deemed deliberate. It's a black card. Here's a chance for Mayo, and it's over the bar. Backfires Aidan O'Shea. In comes Paul Mannion. Aidan O'Shea under pressure again. Tomas Brady scoops it up, lays it back, fires Diarmuid Connolly. Imadou Kanila was available. So too is Kieran Kilkenny. Diarmuid Connolly goes for the score. Back off the post and over the bar. Second score of the match for Dublin comes after 19 minutes of play. Connolly's such a confident player. Loose ball. Corey Hughes, the referee, gets out of the way. Snapped up by Tom Parsons. Sped far as Evan Regan. Laid off far as Jason Doherty. Gone through the middle is Evan Regan. Taking on Stephen Cluxton. It's over the bar. Excellent play by Mayo. Incisive and decisive. But above all else, broke down that middle channel from a Dublin perspective, and a good finish by Evan Regan. Jack McCaffrey waiting under the corner of the sideline. Gives and goes. And does it again, except he's stopped in his tracks. There was a third man challenge there. Over first Tomas Brady. Ball inside, and that's a very good finish by Dublin. Dennis Bastick doesn't score that often, but when he does, they ooze class. Good score here by the midfielder from Timberlow Sing Street. Back out first, Diarmuid O'Connor in a little bit of space. Still the Ballanturber man. Not a good pass out for Aidan O'Shea. The big centre half forward did well. Now Mayo, can they produce something out of this? Diarmuid O'Connor hits it beautifully between the posts. Having recovered from a nasty foul just moments ago, he has responded with class. Down the middle channel goes Rob Henry's kick out. Diarmuid Connolly sends it back quickly. Nice overlap provided from Paul Mannion's layoff. Nice interplay, Shane Carty coming through the middle of James McCarthy and hits it powerfully in between the posts. Into the middle, fires Johnny Cooper. Good work here by Cormac Costello. Johnny Cooper. Backfires Costello again. Lovely combination football by the league and All-Ireland champions. Cormac Costello keeps proving the point that he is an invaluable member of this Dublin squad. Aidan O'Shea chasing after. Michael Fitzsimons did well here, but he concedes a 45. Testing high ball for the Dublin defence. Michael Fitzsimons did well here, conceding the 45. This is crucial. Only one successful so far for Rob Hennigan. The crowd responds. They love it in Mayo. David Byrne to James McCarthy. And coming like a train, Johnny Cooper. Lays it off. There's a chance here. It just might curl. It curls and it goes over the crossbar. Imadou Kanila has played really well here at Castlebar and richly deserves to have his name on the score sheet. the ball is dropped in around the house. Who has it? Dublin. Come away with it. Free is given. Long whistle has been blown. Full-time score in McHale Park, Castlebar. Dublin, 9 points. Mayo, 7.
Hugely disappointed that we didn't come away with something, be it 1 point or ultimately the win. But look, that's the nature of this division. It's highly competitive. You're going to win and lose games along the way. But look, we asked for a reaction. That's what we got. But ultimately, coming up that little bit short.
It was very difficult conditions there this evening, and anytime we play Mayo in Castlebar, it's going to be a tough game. And obviously Mayo, for full credit to them, up their performance based on last week. But from the Dublin perspective, we're obviously happy to come out of here with the result in very demanding conditions. And I thought it was a good contest, and to win the road is good for us.
It is indeed no fear then that Dublin might be going to take it easy for the Alliance League campaign. And also, I suppose we should say, Kieran Whedon, despite the fact that it wasn't a great night in Castlebar, there was a very big crowd. There was something like 10,000 at that game, which is impressive.
There was a great atmosphere, and it was a hugely enjoyable game, despite the conditions. It was intense, and both teams went hammer and tongs at it. Obviously, these two teams know each other quite well, and it was a big game. Mayo obviously wanted to make a statement, and they certainly got stuck into the Dubs last night, and likewise, Dublin gave plenty back. So it was played on the edge, but hugely enjoyable, hugely intriguing, and credit to both sets of teams being able to handle the conditions, because they really were poor. But I think overall Jim Gavin will be very happy today getting out with a victory. Like Dublin going down and digging out a victory, coming up against a Mayo defensive system, able to break it down into the win. At half time it didn't look too good for Dublin, and you anticipated that Mayo would have taken advantage of the breeze. They didn't. Dublin controlled the tempo of the second half and got out with a good 2 points.
I suspect a lot of teams this year are going to be looking at Dublin and say, how are we going to beat these guys? How are we going to set up against them? And we did see a change in Mayo's approach last night to try and counteract that.
Well, you're always looking for something from new managers and how they're going to approach things. And I suppose Mayo for the last couple of years have gone man-to-man with Dublin, but they changed last night. Obviously, you had Shane Nally playing as a permanent sweeper, and you had Dermot O'Connor dropping back at every opportunity. And they got plenty of men back behind the ball, and that to me is the biggest significant shift. To a certain degree, they're trying to... Is there a sense of fear there if they went man-to-man with Dublin, that Dublin would expose them with pace and power? So they set up last night to keep the game tight and to try and get out with a one or 2 point win. Particularly in the second half, Michael, they were playing with the wind, but they held their defensive structure. Now, I can see the logic where they're coming from, because they didn't want Dublin to hit them on their counter-attack. But unfortunately, they didn't have any pace in the forward line. They didn't have a forward who was going to cause them danger. And when you play a system like this, when you get 12 men back behind the ball, you have to have a couple of potent forwards that are going to hurt you if you get the ball up the field. Mayo didn't have that last night, and what it meant was they invited Dublin onto them, and Dublin had loads of possession around that middle third, and Dublin just had to be patient and carve out opportunities, and they've done that with James McCarthy and Cormac Costello and Dean Rock, I think, kicking big scores